If you are a mechanic, electrician, an HVAC, or whatever trade that might use pliers, you might want to stick around for this one. I got some really cool ones from GearWrench. Let's get it going. What's up, everybody? My name is Clinton. Welcome to the Tool Review Zone. Now, GearWrench has really sort of been blowing up. They're a brand that a lot of people are starting to get into because their tools are actually very good. A lot of times, if you're looking for pliers, wrenches, cheap stuff, you're going to Walmart, Harbor Freight, and they're not lasting you that long. But these right here are a professional grade and they're called Pitbulls. I'm really excited to show these to you. So let's talk about some of the features and then I'll show you these things in action. Here we go. Now, the one thing I will tell you about GearWrench is these things are thin. If you're a plumber or a mechanic or somebody that's trying to get into a tighter area like an HVAC tech, well, these are nice because you're able to get into those tighter areas because these aren't real thick up on top. Now, the reason why they call these things pit bulls is because of the teeth. I mean, these things are pretty freaking impressive. You got this cross-hatched tooth design, which, you know, they sort of look like pit bulls. But what I like about these is that they're super aggressive. So if you get a grip on something, they're not letting go like a pit bull. Now, if you look at the long nose here, which I really like the design, we'll talk about that here in a bit. You do have that laser hardened edge right there, so you should be able to cut and cut, slice and dice nonstop without these things going bad on you. They also give you this high leverage joint design, and it really gives you a greater cut force. So up here, yeah, that's real nice like. Now, the one thing I will tell you is that I have been cutting very thin wire with this, something that, you know, I used to use other pliers for, and they would just not cut very well. I would cut and cut and it would just bend that wire. But these, I'll tell you what, they can cut very thin wire and it just goes straight through. And another thing up on top here is that you can hold a nail if you needed to. Right here, you can see that's carved out. You just boop, and then hammer it in. You can hold wire with it too. Now, let's take a look at this bad boy plier right here. Now, there are some really cool features when it comes to this. Number one is you don't have to worry about loosening or tightening any bolts. This thing here, it's basically built in. So if I need to adjust, it's super simple to do. You do not have to worry about loosening or tightening any bolts because it's basically built right in. However, the one thing that always stands out on all of the new GearWrench pliers and vice grips and all the stuff that they've been coming out with, these little channels right here, check this out. You got some rubber teeth on the inside of this. And instead of damaging, say, a faucet or pipe or copper or whatever you're working with, you don't have to use the teeth up here. You can actually use this down here, just clamp it down. You can adjust it simply by doing this. But when you clamp this thing down, now you can actually rotate it like this, and you don't have to worry about damaging any of the material that you're working with. And that is really, really cool right there. Now, you also have an area for tether, not one, but two. So you can put one here, one here. So if you're working at heights and you're worried about this thing falling off your belt, well, don't worry about it because you can tie these things off. You also have reaming edges, so you can deburr pipe if you wanted to. And the canine jaw, you can actually do a 35-degree angle grip on it. Now, as far as it goes with life, you do have a limited lifetime warranty, which is good. If it's damaged, you know, through normal wear and tear, they're going to replace it, so that's huge. They say that it's easier to cut things with, 35% easier. I don't know what they're basing their number off of, whether it's a different brand or their older brand, but that's what they're claiming. They're also saying that the cut life on these tools will last 50% longer. So again, not sure if they're talking about other brands or if they're talking about their previous models. Now, that said, the things that I have been using to test this out with, you know, wire and other things, they've held up remarkable. I have not had any damage at all on any of these tools, and yeah, so far so good. Now, I will tell you, on some of these, you know, you try to cut something, they are a little bit more stiff, so they're not just gonna hang down on you like that. Some people might like it, some people might not. Build quality though, these are really something else. You got that hardened steel up here, you got that rubber polyurethane type of feel when it comes to the handle, but I also like that you have a little bit of a grip here, so if your hands are wet or a little moist, you don't have to worry about these things slipping out of your hand. And let's not forget, you also got a bolt grip zone right here for bolts and nuts. You can use this to turn it with. So let's take this Pitbull out to the shop and see how they do. Look at those scary tooths. They really do bite. Now again, here's your look. If you're trying to take off a faucet head or whatever, you don't want to scratch it, you can use that, the tether, all that good stuff. But look at the snippy. This thing here, I'm telling you, man, it goes through anything when it comes to electrical, when it comes to HVAC, when it comes to just whatever you're doing. You're really going to like these things, and they make some really clean cuts, even through a framing nail. Oh! Cut right through that thing, and again, no damage at all. These things are beastly, but if I want to turn a bolt, yeah, look at them grabbing onto it. Just turn and turn and turn and turn. You got some nice leverage, nice grippage. I'll tell you, I like these. So there you go, all. GearWrench stepping it up again. I really like these pliers, and I really think you're going to as well. I'll leave a link in the description below. These are meant for professionals. If you are in the trade, I'm telling you, check these things out. They continue to step up their game. They're always coming out with something new, and I love seeing that because, you know what, we win at the end of the day when tool manufacturers come out with good stuff. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to get subscribed, smash that like button if it helped you in any way, and you want to click that bell notification so you don't miss out on it. Would you please just stop? I always appreciate you stopping by. And with that, we'll be back with more videos. We'll be back with more videos.